All right, people, I'm back again. It's one of them days. I got a little time away from the White House. The Lord put in my mind to do one coming and do one going, so I'm going to do another one for you. And as always, place your cross on first. Got to say that, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and give us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. How many of y'all like warning signs? That's an easy question, ain't it? How many of y'all like warnings? Like, let's warn it. Road work ahead. Slippery roads. Low overhanging branches. Deers occasionally enter the road. Now think about this now. When you give your life to Jesus, you got a continuous warning indicator. All the time. But you know, people love warning signs, but the question is, yes, majority of people like warning signs. Some people don't listen. But everybody likes warning signs. I'm for real. Some people just don't pay attention. Like I just saw a sign, a height sign. Vehicles got to be 10 foot, 7 inches. Anything other than that, you can't go through this neighborhood. Now we got a bridge. We got a tunnel coming across Mobile Bay. And one tunnel is for big trucks. And there's another tunnel you can go through. It's for smaller vehicles. Probably a real small size truck, certain height can reach there. And the signs start showing up way before you get there. But you know how many people don't see the signs and they come through there with 18-wheelers and crush and tear their truck up? This has happened hundreds of times. They didn't see this warning signs. You see, and that's a physical sign. It's a sign you can see clear as day. Your truck is too tall. That's why you need to know your height of your vehicle. You need to know what you can do. But with God, again, you got a constant warning indicator. The Lord said, for every temptation known to man, there's a way out of it. So if there's a way out of it, I mean, it has to be a warning sign. There's got to be a warning that the Lord gives his people. Everybody. Actually, he gives warnings to everybody. He warned Pharaoh over and over again. The whole Bible is how to get to salvation and warnings how to lose your salvation. Very simple, very sweet, very innocent. It's just a book that could get accomplished by faith and belief and trust in God. So the main warning sign that people who are not going to make it to heaven are going to fall short is they didn't take heed to the warning signs. They're everywhere, people. Warning. Drop off in the ocean. You go to the beach. You go beyond this point, you drop off. And guess what? A lot of people go behind it. They drop off and never see it again. Warnings. Don't stand close to the rail right here. Warnings. You go to the first certain jobs. They give you a rules and regulation handbook. Things to not do, things to do to be safe. Look at the Bible. That's all it is. How to keep your spirituality and your soul safe. That's what it's about. See, what the problem is with the world, we feel we know what's best for ourselves. But the Bible tells you there's only one way to get to heaven. You can't climb up the mountain the side way, but the world is filling you with all of these other ways. But they're actually misleading you to go another way. That's not the right way. And God has warned us of this. Don't serve other gods. Little children, keep yourself from idols. Keep my commands. Warning upon warning upon warning upon warning. I'm going to give you a story about a warning that right before disaster struck, God sent him a warning. I'm going to give you a more recent one, the one people know. The jackass rebuking a man. A jackass. A donkey. Telling a man to stop. But it wasn't like, stop. It wasn't like the donkey turned around and said, stop right here, man. I see an angel right there. The donkey just started acting up. The donkey saw something. But let's take before that even happened. This is Balak, and Balaam. Balak wanted Balaam to curse the children of Israel. Balaam was like, hey man, I can't curse. God is blessed. I have no say-so in this. But the man Balaam of Balak, let me see, Balak, it's one of them, kept trying to, the two names are right, but let's put it that way. Kept trying to tell him, hey man, you could curse, you got to curse, I give you money, I do this, all this for you. So the Lord kept telling him, hey, don't go over there, man. Kept telling him. So he gave him physical warning and a voice inside your head. Gave him that warning. Hey, don't do that, man. So one time he kept pushing him. He finally got on his jackass. And he riding. Then an angel was there. Waiting there with a sword in his hand. He didn't see it. He didn't see it at all. He like, shoot, boy, I'm finna make this money. The jackass started acting all types of crazy. Wouldn't go forward, no matter what. He saw something that the man didn't see. He was like, I ain't going. I'm not going. So he started beating the jackass. He started beating him. Then the Lord opened the jackass mouth and said, why are you beating me? Am I not your ass? So when he got out and started beating the donkey, the Lord opened his eyes up to the truth. If you would have came a few steps further, this angel would have cut you down for being disobedient to what I told you to do. For every temptation, there's a way out. I think righteous Noah, they don't talk about this, but let's do the math. Noah chilling with his kids, his wife, his sons and daughters' wives, 8 souls. He's just chilling in the field. Just chilling. Serving the Lord the best way he know how. In all spirit and truth. The Lord talked to him, hey, Noah, I need you to build this ark for me. I was hoping to destroy the earth. Now, I ain't saying this happened, but he's a human being just like any of us. I'm sure he's like, man, what? But back then, the spiritual talk between God and man was very close, so he conferred easily. He probably had a second of doubt, maybe. But he did it. Not knowing what was going to happen. Knowing what was going to happen, but he had to believe that the Lord told him, so he built the ark. And all the people made fun of him. Guess what was the warning for the people? This man building a great ship. And you know what's crazy? Probably some of the people there, he probably leased some of them out. Man, I'll pay you some wages to help me build this ark. I don't know. They never tell you that he built it by himself. But they tell you he built the ark. But I don't know how long it took for him to build it, but that's a lot of work. I'm sure you had some hired help sometime. He might have, or he might have did it by himself, but just think, people looking around like, when you see somebody building something, a mega structure, or something like that, it's only common sense to be like, hey, what you building? Oh, I'm building an ark, a big boat, the Lord said it's going to rain, and he's going to flood the earth. He's going to destroy all mankind from the earth. And I'm sure most people are like, ha ha, man, you foolish. It ain't never rained before in this. It ain't never rained. Rain? What that is? It ain't never rained. It ain't never rained here. Water finna come from the sky. Yeah, water finna come from the sky. Yeah, we believe you crazy, man. Something is wrong with you. You gotta be out of your mind. God talk to you, huh? God talk to you. Man, come on. All right. Come time, they watched the ark get built. I'm sure it took hundreds of years. I'm sure it took a while to build that ark. So everybody was seeing it like that. Then, all of a sudden, through all them time frame when he was building the ark, people were watching and looking and seeking and seeing what's going on with Noah. You know, Noah probably was the talk of the town. Noah is crazy, man. You know Noah, man. When to build that ark, man, that dude crazy as hell. You understand? I know he crazy. But he took heed to the warning. But your warning can help warn other people. Take that out. When you start walking circumspectly, the warning of a Christian is the way you walk. You are warning and a living testament to everybody that sees you and sees your faith. That there's a Lord, there's a God. Jesus died for your sins. Give your life to him. And then they tell you, hey, if you don't, give your life over to Jesus. So living a life pleasing to him, you got to put a high possibility of going to hell. And many people laughing and whatever. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus. I believe that I get multiple chances in this world. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. The people who believe in reincarnation. Have you ever talked to somebody who's reincarnated? They be like, yeah, man, I lived back in the days of Rome. No, you don't. But you believe it. But you can't believe that Jesus is telling you it's only one time to die. And after that, the judgment. And you're going to heaven or hell. That's all you got to believe. It's very simple. But you believe it is, huh? Now, reincarnation don't promise a afterlife. It's like the world is going to keep going. No matter what, it's never going to end. It's just going to be forever. And you just get multiple chances to get it right. That sounds so simple. But you even look at this world. Even trees and insects and everything has a death. Well, if that's the case, that means cockroaches come back as something else. So they say you could come back as a roach. You can come back as a bird. So the birds, the birds could have lived a life pleasing to the Lord and come back as a human being. Their soul could be a human being. That makes a lot of sense. That makes sense. No, it don't. It don't make sense to me. But it makes sense to a lot of people. Why? And it don't make no sense. Everything in this world dies. One time. Like, I guess some people, their dogs died and they came back as another dog. Prove it. You see, that's the thing they always say about our belief system. Prove it. Well, I have faith, I believe it. Well, that's my warning sign to you. I believe it. It's true to me. Take it or leave it. Get warnings all the time. You ever watch movies? I'm sure you do. You ever watch TV? I'm sure you do. You ever read books? I'm sure you do. Let's take horror films. There's so many different warning signs, so many ways in horror films. Some horror films have warning signs this way. Sometimes you got to read between the lines. But like some warning signs are very simple. Sometimes the enemy will even warn you. You ever seen a movie and they going on a trip to the cabin in the woods, and they pull up and at a gas station, and the killer works at the gas station, or they know who the killer is. They know somebody's killing folks out there. Y'all don't need to be going down there. Y'all don't need to go. Man, whatever, man. These hicks, what they know they're talking about. I'm from the big city. These hicks don't know what they're talking about. What do these country folks know about their own area? We finna go get drunk. We finna party, fornicate, have a good old time in a place I've never been before. And I got this great warning from somebody saying, y'all need to turn back now. Back in the day, I know the Bible said don't fear man, but I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna tell you a story from the Bible first. A lot of times, the Lord told the disciples don't go to certain places, and they wouldn't go. Why? Because he knew something probably bad was gonna happen to them if they went there. But sometimes he said go, and something bad did happen. But let's say now, so warnings are throughout the whole Bible. Let's take the 1940s, or after slavery was abolished, around these time periods. Racism still running rampant. Everywhere you go, racism still big. And you are a black African American person, or person of color, and you're driving after slavery has been abolished, and they got signs up saying, don't let the sun go down if you're African American. So basically, get somewhere safe before it gets dark. I'm sure plenty of African Americans are like, man, forget that. What they gonna do? I'm free now. And now some of them are dead. I just used a horrible synopsis, but it's true. Warnings are everywhere. What if that God warning you? I told you, the enemy warns you too. Don't let dark catch you. You can be like some, fuck the white man. Don't let dark catch you. Now take God. Don't let me catch you. He's not your enemy. He's your savior. But he's telling you, don't let me come back and you ain't ready. The biggest warning you can ever get. Don't let me come back in my full wrath and catch you slipping. That's the whole Bible right there. Jesus is the way to protect you from me and your evil ways, because you're evil. Well, how can God pronounce judgment over me? Well, he's God. Accept it or don't. That's the warning to everyone. The whole world has this warning. Well, what about the people who died before Christ came? Well, there's an answer to that too. If they live their life pleasing to God and they worship God in all spirit and truth, I remember telling you the Old Testament, they didn't know Jesus. But in the spirit, they got to know God. They got to know right from wrong. So this goes all the way back since the beginning of time. The people who knew God and served him, they also got to know Jesus. Well, he went to hell. And he like, you did good. I'm gonna come back and get you. I ain't gonna necessarily say he went to hell, but he went to everybody who was sleeping in a spiritual sense. Hey, comforted them and told them, hey, you live for me. I just want you to know it was me. And when I come back, you get to go wide. And you see, they got to know Jesus too. What about the kids who were innocent and were murdered? Their hearts can be good and pure too. They can know God too. They can pray to God too, without even knowing it. Oh, ain't that amazing? That you can live a place, because you gotta think about it. You can set God up in your heart and live by his ways and his rules and regulations. And call on him without knowing the name Jesus. You do know you can do that, right? And he knows. You see, there's no excuses for no one. Let me pause and I will continue.